Well, hello friends, and welcome back to Church at Home. I'm Savannah, and I'm so excited you're here. Today, we are wrapping up our series all about some of the amazing kids from the Bible. We have been learning about young kids just like you who did amazing things for God and with God. These kids are proof that even though you are a kid, God still has an amazing plan for you right now. That reminds me of today's big idea. It says, I can make a difference. That's right, you. God wants to use you to make a difference. And our Bible verse this week reminds us that we can make a difference even if we are young. It's found in 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says, don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity. Let's sing that out together. Great job! Today we're going to learn the Bible story of a young girl named Miriam, and she really lives out the Bible verse. Even though she was young, she still made a big difference. She is an example to us of how we can live for God and use what we say to speak up and make a difference for God. Let's check out her story.
Stories of the Bible. Baby Moses. This is Moses.
Hey-o.
Moses was a descendant of Joseph's brother Levi.
Hey.
Joseph and his brothers had many children and grandchildren who lived happily in Egypt. Eventually, a new pharaoh came to power who knew nothing of Joseph or what he had done. This pharaoh feared the Israelites because there was a great number of them living in Egypt, so he wanted to put a stop to their prosperity. Pharaoh made the Israelites slaves. He made them work long, hard hours building up Egyptian cities. But his plan didn't work, and the Israelites grew more in number and in strength.
Eek.
So Pharaoh made a rule that no Israelite boy would be allowed to live in Egypt. This is where Moses' story begins. You see, when Moses was born, his mother saw that he was a special baby, and she kept him hidden for 3 months. But when she could no longer keep him a secret, she made a basket and put him in the Nile River among the reeds. Moses' sister stayed to watch what would happen to her baby brother. And soon the Pharaoh's daughter came to the edge of the river. When she saw the basket, she sent her servant to get it. When she saw the baby, she felt sorry for him, thinking he must be an Israelite baby who wasn't supposed to live.
Excuse me.
Then Moses' sister asked the princess if she would like her to find an Israelite woman to take care of the baby. So Moses' sister went and got her mother. Moses' own mother took care of him until he was old enough to live in the Pharaoh's house, where the princess adopted him as her son. And so, Moses, an Israelite boy who wasn't supposed to live, became the adopted grandson of the Pharaoh and lived in the palace as God prepared him for a great destiny that was only just starting to unfold.
Wow, I love looking at that story through Miriam's perspective. She was a young girl, barely even old enough to go to school, when her family had to send her baby brother away. But she stayed to make sure he was safe. And when an opportunity came for her to help, she was brave enough to speak up and get help. Because of her, Moses was able to live in their home with his family and grow up to be the leader who would save God's people. Miriam made a huge difference, even if she didn't realize it at the time. And you can make a difference too. Sometimes the best thing we can do is help or get help for someone. We don't know the difference it will make. Even smiling, asking someone how they are doing, or getting them help from an adult when they are sad or hurt can make a big difference for them. There are so many ways we can do something, even something small, to make a big difference. In today's final episode of Kids Only, I want you to look out for something that makes a big difference. Danny and Logan are back for one final game, and it might be the best one yet. Check this out.
Being a kid is the best. Kids are creative, silly, hilarious, smart, and so much fun. So today is all about celebrating you with a show that lets kids follow their dreams. That's right, it's time for Kids Only.
Each week, our Kids Only contestants will get the honor of participating in a once-in-a-lifetime experience that was sent in by our subscribers who are kids just like you. Warning, these experiences are extremely awesome, and you can only get them here with Kids Only. Let's get started. It's been a great run, but we have arrived to our last episode of Kids Only.
We've got one more video game that we're gonna bring to life, and I think this one's gonna be pretty interesting. Danny, what question did we ask our subscribers this week?
This week, we asked our subscribers my favorite question so far. What is the most adorable video game character of all time? I love it, and I think it's such a great question.
I don't even know who I would pick for this. I feel like there's just so many video game characters out there.
Well, you don't have to pick because our faithful subscribers have already picked for us. Are you ready to see what it is?
Yeah.
All right, all you have to do is pop this balloon,
Ooh.
and then we will get our answer, okay?
Great. You ready?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Woo!
Woo! Oh, come on, there's paper somewhere. Oh, our most adorable video game character of all time is Kirby.
Yes, Kirby is the best. I mean, come on. He's pink, and he's so cute, and just look at that face. Okay, I'll calm down. Our recreation this week will be centered around Kirby and his sidekick, who goes by the name Bandana Waddle Dee. I'll be honest, I knew nothing about Kirby or his sidekick before researching this game, but after some brainstorming, I think we can come up with a fun game to play with our contestants.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's meet our contestants. Come on. All right, so we're here today in our Kirby's Dreamland Arena, and we're with our friends Hallie and Cooper.
Yeah, awesome. So Logan and I are super stoked to be here. We are gonna be dressed as Kirby, and you guys are gonna be dressed as Kirby's sidekick, Bandana Waddle Dee.
Yeah, so since Kirby's a character all about sucking things up, taking their powers, and then using them for himself, we thought we would design this game all around sucking things up. We built a ball pit, and in this ball pit there's a ton of balls, and so Danny and I are gonna be dressed up as Kirby, and we're gonna run around and grab as many balls as possible and put them in the buckets. But it's gonna be kind of tough since we don't really have any hands. So we thought we'd bring in our friends to help us out, and they're gonna come in and pick them up for us.
As our helpers, as Bandana Waddle Dee, you guys are going to use your vacuums to capture as many balls as you can in the pit, empty them into your teammate's bucket, and keep doing that until the arena is completely empty. Once the arena is empty, we will tally up all the balls and find out who our winner is. Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
All right, let's go. Go, Cooper, go! Go, go, go! Good job!
Allie, I'm going over
Nicely
here.
done, you got it, you got it!
Logan, over here.
Come over here, Hallie.
No, Logan, I got some balls. You need me.
Nice, Cooper! Go ahead and finish it! Nice! All right, Cooper!
Logan, over here.
Where are you?
Put them in! Nice, nice! Good job, Cooper! Go ahead, put them in! Nice!
Logan, I'm over here.
Nice, Cooper! Good job! Good job, Cooper!
Where's the bucket?
You're doing great! You're my helper!
Hallie, what are you doing over there? Come here. Come here. Come back over here. Hey,
Good job!
hey,
Good
they're
job!
over
Good job!
here. Why are you back there? Come this way.
Ooh, thank you, Cooper, for helping me out. Nice. Good job, Cooper.
Logan, over here.
No, go this way.
Woo!
Keep
Good job,
going.
Cooper. Good job. Good job.
Hallie,
You
where
got
are
it, you? Got
you?
it. Behind
Over
you.
here.
Right over here.
I'm gonna try to grab some balls.
Good job, Cooper. Go, put it in, put it in, put it in. Nice, nice, nice. Good job, Cooper.
Come on.
Good job,
Find
Cooper.
them. I can't see.
You got this, Cooper. Good job working together.
Man, I don't know how Kirby does it. I am out of breath.
Oh, I know. But we tallied all of the points in our baskets, and Team Danny won. Way to go, Cooper! Woo!
Great job, you guys. Hey, we'll see you guys inside. Well, I don't mind saying it, you demolished us out there today.
What can I say? Teamwork really makes all the difference. We had the better strategy, and it paid off. No matter what kind of game you're playing, helping out your teammates can make a huge difference. On our own, we can only accomplish so much, but we can make a big difference when we help each other out.
Over the course of this series, we talked about kids in the Bible who God used to do amazing things. And even though they were young, God still did big things through them. Kids matter to God, and through him, they can make a huge difference.
Just think about Miriam in today's story. Talk about making a difference. If she hadn't spoken up to the Pharaoh's daughter and asked if she could get someone to help take care of Moses, Moses would never have had the chance to be raised by his own family and become the amazing leader he grew up to be. He literally saved God's people, and what Miriam did made all the difference. It may have seemed small in the moment, but the course of Moses' life was forever changed because of the choice Miriam made to step in, speak up, and help. I bet she had no idea in the moment what the ripple effect of her choice would be.
Yeah, we don't always get to see the results of our good deeds, but we can trust that God is working through them long after we've done them. That's why it's important to always do what's right. When we choose to share about God or encourage someone who we know is lonely, we can make a huge difference in their life. Sometimes we see the results, sometimes we won't, but it always is important to take that first step, to be brave and to trust that we can do amazing things for God.
Even though Miriam was young, she is an example to us all. We can be an example like Miriam in what we say, in the way we live, in our love, our faith, and our purity. That means making sure all the things we do honor God and follow the things He says in the Bible. Sometimes the biggest way to make a difference in someone's life is to live for Jesus and be an example to them. And remember, no matter how young you are, you can make a difference. Whether it's at home, around the neighborhood, or at school, try to look for opportunities to make a difference, even if it might seem small in the moment, like smiling at someone, asking someone to sit with you, or praying for someone. You never know where it might lead or how God will work through it.
I couldn't agree more. That's why our verse, 1 Timothy 4:12, has been so special during this series, Kids Only. You may even have it memorized by now. It says, "Don't let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to all believers in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity." Guys, that about wraps up our final episode of Kids Only, but we hope you enjoyed it. We are so grateful that we get to work with awesome kids like you, and we can't wait to see the difference you're making out there in the world. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Watching those Kirby's try to pick up the balls was hilarious. It was basically impossible. It made a huge difference when they got some help from their teammates. They showed us how big of a difference we can make, even by doing something small. Maybe you can start with picking up a piece of trash, or asking someone to sit with you, or even doing an extra chore around the house. It might not seem like that big of a deal in the moment, but the small things you do are big things to God. It has been so great hanging out, singing, and learning with you about some of the amazing things kids can do throughout this series. Remember, no matter how old you are, you can make a big difference. Just think about Miriam and how one question she asked changed the course of Moses' life. Well, I'm so glad you joined me for Church at Home today. We'd love to see you in person at church too. Check out our campus locations and find a Saddleback Kids near you. Don't forget, we have some awesome activity sheets, coloring pages, and even some fun stuff for your parents online at saddlebackkids.com. Check it out and we'll see you here next week. Bye.